This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, guys, so anyone has any questions, please let me know. Okay, so let me share my screen. So I'll start today about a very, very important screen. So that is a very, very important topic. That is nothing but, okay, AWS S3. Anyone has any questions, please let me know. Anyone has any questions, please let me know. It is an important, very, very, very important. Let's go and start. Are you able to see my screen? Are you
Yes,
able to
sir.
see my screen? Okay, sir. So I think I told you. So can anyone please recap me what is the difference between EBS and file system? EBS versus blob system. Anyone has an idea? What is a blob system?
I think it is a container storage,
Okay. Okay.
object storage or
So
content storage.
yes, so you have something called as a blob storage. Let me increase the size. Okay. So blob storage, if you want any blob storage is available in the form of AWS S3. You have any files normally which only works with operating systems like database files and everything. If your operating system works well, then only they will work. When your system is up and running, then only those files are accessible for you. If you have those kind of problems, people keep it in EBS, so you don't have any dependency. I have a file like a database backup. I have a file log file. I have a file text file. Sir, I can store anywhere in the world. You can keep it in AWS S3. AWS S3 is a region based. That means the files when you drag and drop will be residing in AWS region. We'll talk about if the region is not working, where, what, and how. Region based. AWS S3 is infinity of storage. You have unlimited storage where you can store it in AWS S3. Easy to use anytime, available 24 into 7 into 365 days. That is the reason why people will use AWS S3. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, pretty simply used. That is the reason the name itself we call it as simple storage service. Okay, simple storage service. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Everyone in the world can use it. Okay, so how easy it is? It's very, very easy, sir. Let me explain you how it is easy. Maybe I need some participation from your side.
Sir,
Okay, I need
before
some part.
Kumar sir,
Yes, sir.
before going to that, I have a question.
Please
Uh,
go ahead.
See,
Yeah, yeah.
generally, if it is a such a easy to store and easy to access, right? But why you
Hmm.
still will go for the EC2 instances,
Who
EC2
said
only?
EC2 instance? We are not going away. EC2 instance is a server. As I said you, I already repeated the same word 2 minutes back ago. Any files which are dependent on operating system, like for your example, your database is running. Where is your database is running? Your application server is running. Where is your application server is running? Those things are running inside your server. You create a server and database server is running or application server is running. Those things you keep it in your EC2 instance. That's it, because they are dependent with your operating system. So you create an EC2 instance and install them. But if you talk about any other files which I don't have any dependence with your operating systems, almost all the files in the world will be kept in AWS S3. So that is the reason AWS S3 is used 95% time. 5% of the time people will use EBS.
Okay, thank you, got it.
Okay, so it's not like all the files I'll keep it in EBS. No, today's the paradigm is completely changed. I think today I can go and say very proudly say 97% of the files are moving into non-EC2 instance. Only 3% EC2 instance. Well, you need to understand. You will get an idea when I go and when it goes up to maybe last 70 days. Lastly, you will understand when I go for microservices how the world is getting distributed and all these things. Okay. Okay. So I think I'll ask a very simple question, sir. What is S3 and how do you understand S3? Pretty simple. I have thousands of movies, thousands of movies in my hard disk. Let us take an example. I'm asking you, I have thousands of movies in my hard disk. Some are Telugu movies, some are English movies, some are Hindi movies. How do I organizedly keep movies in the hard disk, sir? Can anyone tell me? How do I organizedly keep it in a hard? Anyone? How do you organizedly create a structure of movies? What I will do?
Partitions.
So how do I organizedly keep my movies? If I ask you, how do so you have 1,000 movies, how do you go and create it? You will go and create a folder called
Create
as
one,
yes.
create folders
Create
like Telugu divided to Telugu
yes.
English that type and
So you
store
go
them.
and create a folder called as movies slash then you have a folder like you will go and create Telugu, Hindi. In Telugu, maybe you will go and create 2016 movies, 2017 movies like this one. In 2016 movies, what is the movie name? abcd.mp4, right? So you create a folder or files, store the files in an organized way like this. So in AWS S3, you can also store the files like this. What is this? Can anyone tell me what is this? What is this? It's a
File
File
names.
for means file name followed by.
yeah, it's a file name. In AWS S3, I will not call this one as file. Please write it down. It is called as S3 objects. If I use any called as 10 objects, 20 objects in AWS S3, that means it is files. Okay. What do you call this Hindi as? What is this Hindi we call it as? What is this Hindi we called it as, sir? Hindi is what?
India also same files.
No, sir.
Create the one
Hindi,
folders.
it's a folder,
Fol-
sir.
folder.
It's a folder. We call it in AWS S3, S3 subfolder. What do you call this one, sir? What do you call this one? What do you call this one? You call this one as
Drive, I think maybe
parent
folder.
folder. Okay. In AWS S3, we call it as very, very important bucket. Okay. So you have only two properties in AWS S3. Each in so that is object file level, there are some properties. Bucket level, there are some properties. I think total 23 properties or 22 properties. If I explain that 22, 23 properties, your AWS S3 is completed, done, dusted. Is it clear, right? So anyone has any questions before I start? So, and also write it down. Please write it down. In AWS S3, bucket name is static. Bucket name is static. Means if I go and create bucket name is equal to Kumar, No one in the world can create another bucket name called as Kumar. Any region, anywhere in the world, anyone cannot create a bucket name Kumar. It is completely unique in the world. That is the reason it is a static name. Bucket names are unique in the world. Why they are unique in the world, we will talk about that one when time comes. Is it clear, right? So if you see here, this is called as AWS S3 property. S3, you have a bucket, you have a folder, you have objects in it. Is it clear, guys? Anyone has any questions? Is it clear? Anyone can confirm, is it clear?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
Yes,
clear.
sir. Yes,
S-
sir.
s- So very simple. You go to AWS S3. So you go to AWS S3. Similarly, create the files. You can create the files folders. Maybe in one of the bucket I created the folders like that. But let's see. AWS S3 bucket name. What is the meaning of a bucket name? Bucket name is unique in the world. For your example, I created lot of buckets here. All are unique in the world. If I go and create a bucket name called as Kumar, no one in the world can create a bucket name called as Kumar. So bucket name is equal to anything you can go and create it. 9 a.m. batch, 8 a.m. batch, and everything you can create it. And then on top of the bucket name, you can create a folders like this one. Create a subfolders. I created a folder called as test. In the test folder, I created some files like index.html page or anything like that. I pasted it. So you can organically create a folder and work on you. Okay. So you select this particular file. File is called as an S3 object, and there are some properties of this S3 object. You click on this file, right? You click on this file, you will see some properties of AWS S3 objects. So let us go through one by one. Okay, so S3 object properties, pretty straightforward. I am expanding. So what is this one? This basically is owner of this bucket. So who created this bucket? I logged in like as Kelly Technologies 840 at the rate of gmail.com. So owner of this bucket is Kelly Technologies 840. Which region this bucket resides? This bucket is created in North Virginia. How do you create a bucket? I'll explain you when I go for bucket properties. Right now, I am explaining about object properties. So you have Kelly Technologies owner, AWS region is equal to region, which region it resides, when it is last modified, what is the size of that particular file, okay, what is the size of that file, what is the type of that particular file, is it a text file, is it a zip file, what kind of a file, it ends with .html, so it is type is equal to HTML. What is the key? So very, very important. Do you remember, right? I was explaining you what is meant by S3 object, what is a folder, and what is a bucket. But what is this entire thing? This entire thing is nothing but a path. In AWS S3, path is partially called as key. So if you see here, where is the file present inside the bucket? The file is present inside the bucket that is called as in a folder called as text slash index.html page key, or you can call it as key prefix. Okay, so that is there. Now if you go below, and then there is a concept called as S3 URI. S3 URI means what? Complete path of S3. Like it is saying in S3 there is a bucket name called as 9 a.m. batch September 7. In that one there is a folder called as test insert index.html page. Complete URI. URL, it's like a URL. Okay. AWS calls as URI. Completely content. Okay. Now this is very, very, very important. ARN. So let's write it down. ARN. Very important, sir. Wherever you go, you will see that ARN. So write it down. ARN. What is the full form of ARN? Amazon Resource Name. Write it down. Amazon resource name. Amazon resource name. Sir, what is this Amazon resource name? So in AWS S3, you remember you went and created VPC. You went and created EC2 instance. You went and created a security group. You went and created key pair. You went and created SNS. You went and created, let's take an example, S3 bucket. So what is the meaning of ARN? Whatever AWS, whatever AWS resources you go and create it, right? For every resource, AWS will provide one unique name that is called as ARN. Is it clear? That is called as ARN, Amazon Resource Name. Whatever you go and create it, for your example, for your going example, whatever you create a VPC, that VPC will have a unique name. You create an EC2 instance, you will have a unique name. You create a security group, you will have a unique name. You create a key pair, you create a bucket, everything AWS is providing one unique name that is called as ARN. Sir, where is ARN? I did not get it when I tried to create. So there are so many times when I tried to create last time, ARN came, but no one very focusedly saw that one. For your example, did we created SNS? Yes or no? If you go back and see in SNS, so we went to SNS and SNS has lot of topics. We create a topic subscription. If you say 7 a.m. is a topic. If you see, take an example, okay, Kumar, like or Kelly Technologies in the account created an SNS name which is 7 a.m. Okay, 7 a.m. maybe I'll take a name. I don't know how many people's names are there, but let's take an example. Venkat is there, say Vikram is there, Satish is there, okay, or basically Bhargav is there, okay, Yogendra is there. Those people also in their own account, they can go and create basically SNS topic name called as 7 a.m. They can also go and create 7 a.m. So what is the difference between tomorrow? Let us take an example. Satish wants to provide some permissions to my SNS 7 a.m. What is the difference, sir? Okay, Yogendra has created an SNS topic name 7 a.m. I created 7 a.m. Satish created 7 a.m. Another person created 7 a.m. So how do you identify or how do you provide exactly some permission to my 7 a.m.? With the help of ARN, Amazon Resource Name. Sir, what is this Amazon Resource Name and how it starts and what is the format? Pretty simple, pretty important, sir, very important. Wherever you are providing any permissions, wherever you are providing any permissions, it will be like that. So if you see what is ARN, so example of an ARN of S3 topic is looks like this. Sir, what is this ARN? ARN name of anything. Let us take an example. Satish has created, I'm taking an example of Satish. Satish has created an SNS name called as SNS basically is 7 a.m. team. What will be the ARN name? ARN name of this one, how it will be? The format is any ARN name will start with ARN colon. Okay. Are we teaching AWS or Azure? We are teaching AWS, right? So it will have AWS colon. This particular 7 a.m. team, This particular 7 a.m. team is belongs to which AWS service? SNS. So you will have SNS colon. This particular 7 a.m. is created in which region? The region is you will enter the region US hyphen East 1. This particular 7 a.m. is created where? In Satish AWS account. What is the account ID of Satish? Satish account ID is 12345. So it'll have 5. And what is the name of this 7 a.m.? 7 a.m. team. So this is the ARN of SNS, which is unique in the world. Is it clear, guys? So what is this one? ARN starts with ARN, then you have which AWS service, what is the service name, EC2, S3, what is the region, what is your account ID, and name of that one, which will be unique in the world. For your example, I will go and create 7 a.m. team in Kelly Technologies account. What will be, how the ARN will be? ARN AWS, SNS, this same region, this account ID is different, and this is same. Is it clear? All the ARN names, basically, every resource you go and create in AWS, it will have a, now you will have a unique name. Where we use this ARN, we will talk about when I explain you about, okay, when I explain about IAM or permissions, identity access management, you will get an idea. Any questions? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Anyone has any questions? Is it clear? So if it is clear, now you need to go and mention what is the reason AWS S3 slightly ARN is different. AWS S3 ARN will be like this one. Take an example. There is a bucket name called as ABC is a AWS S3 bucket name. ARN of S3 bucket will be like this one. ARN colon AWS colon S3 colon. They will not enter any region. They will not enter any account. They will enter what is the bucket name? ABC. This is an ARN name of S3. Why it is like this? Why it is like this? Anyone? You might not answer, but try it. Don't believe me? If you go back to AWS S3 bucket, let me show you. If you click on this bucket, so the properties clearly says, if you go into the properties, see here, ARN of that bucket is AWS, ARN, AWS S3, colon, 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 the bucket name. What is the reason, sir? Anyone? What is the reason?
In background, maybe they will build some key to generate the unique that one
No,
key.
sir. No, sir. The answer is I already explained you.
Also,
AWS S3 bucket name itself is unique in the world. As I said, you static name. You create a bucket name ABC. No one in the world can create a bucket name ABC. I already said you, right? It is already unique in the world. And AWS S3 bucket name, you go and create it. Array, is it unique in region? No, it is unique in the world. ARN AWS S3 is unique in the world. So There is no need for you to enter any region or an account because the name itself, the ABC name itself is what is that? Unique in the world. So there is no need to mention anything. Hope it is clear. What is ARN? Every resource, every AWS, every resource, everything, whatever you learned until now will have an ARN name. For your example, let us go to VPC. Okay, if you select the VPC, sir, where is the ARN of this one? You click on it. So you will be seeing somewhere ARN. Where is that ARN? ARN. In the tags or info or somewhere they'll create an A. So they will provide you the ARN ID, sir. Every resource has an ARN name. Okay, in the background. Everything. You go and create anything. You go and click on the subnet, you click on the subnet details. Everywhere you'll see the ARN of that one. ARN, AWS, EC2, region, subnet name. So it will provide you the very, very important. Is it clear, guys? What is meant by AWS S3 ARN, Amazon resource name? Clear, guys? Clear? Can anyone acknowledge it? Is it clear?
Yes, Kumar. Yeah.
Okay. So you know owner, URI, ARN resource name, region, okay, ARN, and you also know object URL. Like if you want to access the file, AWS will automatically create https the bucket name what you provided, the bucket name dot s3 dot awsamazon.com slash the file name. If anyone wants object URL to download the file, click on it, it works for it. This is the way the object URL also gets created. Is it clear, right? So there is very, 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 very important. Please write it down. Very, very important. Part and parcel of your life. Please write it down. E-tag. Please write it down. E-tag. E-tag. Very important topic. Nothing related to AWS, Azure, GCP and everything. Everything is common. Write it down. You have a concept called as E-tag. Important, sir. What is E-tag? Very simple, sir. Very, 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 very simple. It is very, 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 very important. So, what is ETAG? I'll explain you in a detailed way. So, if anyone has any questions, please ask me. Sir, there is one file which is 1 GB file. There is another file which is 1 GB file. How do you find these two files are same or different? How do you find? What are the ways are there? Can anyone tell me? Important subjects, sir. Very, very, very important subject.
Duration of the
Based on the file size.
Absolute, yeah, absolutely wrong. Very good. I am expecting that answer. Most of the people in the world will come up and specify, sir, what is, I will go and check it out, the file size. No. So, no, sir. The file size here is 1 GB. There is also exactly 1 GB. Is this file same or different? Next, anyone? Anyone?
number of items in that
How do I know?
within.
That's not a zip file, sir. That can be any file. How do I know the number of items? There is a normal file. Take an example of a text file. You double click on it, whether
Sir,
both the
data is
content are
different.
same or not. Uh, uh,
In Linux, sir, we
Data
go with
data
diff
is
command
different.
to get it. What is the difference between the file?
Okay, okay, very good. If you write a diff command, what it is doing in the background?
Actually, sir, it displays the strings inside and what are the
Nah,
differences like
nah,
if
nah, 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 wrong, wrong. That is diff command. That is fine. But as an example, how do you different? So one person has provided one answer. That is, sir, I'm going to look at the exact size. The answer is wrong. Second one, lot of people assumption is, sir, I have two files. I will go and check it out. Last modified. Sir, when is this file last modified? If both are same, this is the wrong answer.
Based on the
Absolute.
file type.
Third, okay, third one, type size. Wrong answer. Okay, good. That at least you participated. Very good. Absolutely wrong answer, sir. So, sir, what is the method to identify this file and this file are same or not? How do you go and identify? Okay, there is a concept, very, 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 very important. There is a concept called as this E tag is name is provided by AWS, but there is a concept called as hash. And in AWS, to find out the file whether it is same or different, we use a methodology called as MD5 checksum. Write it down, sir. Very, very, very important. Study about this checksum. It's a homework for you. Senior people, it is must for you guys. You have a mechanism called as hash in AWS. AWS is using MD5 checksum and Azure is also using MD5 checksum. Sir, what is this MD5 checksum and how do you have go for it? No, sir. People go and look at the size, last modified, type, absolutely wrong. The only correct exact way to identify whether this content and this content are same or not, what do you do? MD5 checksum. Sir, what is this MD5 checksums? Let's talk about in the background. Sir, there is a file. This is the file, sir. This is a file. Okay. Actually, in the background, what is the file and how the computer will understand? All this file is part and parcel of zeros and ones, binary, actually. Understood, right? So, what happens, sir? This file is a binary, so there is an algorithm. You take this file and run one code that is called as MD5 checksum. There is an algorithm called as MD5 checksum. What is this MD5 checksum will do? It has its own mechanism to go and find out what is this value, second one, what is this last second one, zero, what is this middle one, what is this one. It will read some mechanisms and it will read certain get and it will give you after reading all these kind of things, it will generate one number to this name that is called as e tag number. Like for this one, it will go and provide 118791119111. It will go and provide like this one. Now you have this file number one, and you have another file number two. You want to check file number one and file number two are same or not. So what do? You take this file number two and also submit to MD5 checksum. So what will happen? It will also read the same mechanism. It will also generate some number. Okay, check it out. If this number and if this number are same, that means the file is absolutely same to same. Otherwise, there is a change between this file and this file. Is it clear? Very, 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 very widely used in blockchain. When you are learning blockchain as an example, if you want to find out any file got changes in Microsoft on a daily basis, my development team use this one. You have a chunk of data, You want to find out whether it is changed or not. How do you go and check it out? We use MD5 methodologies to go and check it out whether the number is same or not. If the number is changed, that means we will change the content. This is an exact way people use basically find the difference. Let me show you an example so that you can get a better idea how powerful it is. Actually, it's not a simple thing. It's very, very powerful. Let me provide a demo on this. Before I go for a demo, is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Hey, guys, is it clear?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
can you explain one more time this
Give me one
MD5
more
checksum?
example, sir.
I'll create it practically and show you. So it is nothing but the file you are having, two files you have it. You take that file and submit that file to MD5 checksum algorithm. Algorithm will read the binary and it will generate one number. This number, if this number and that second file number is same to same, that means the content is same. Otherwise, the content two files are different. Let me show you practically. Let me show you practically. I'll create two files. Uh, where is this files? Let's go into C drive. Okay, so see here, sir. I'm right clicking and creating a new file called as. I'm just taking an example of to demonstrate MD5 checksum. Okay, right click. I'm taking a creating a file called as one. See here, sir. I'm creating a file called as one. In this one, I'm adding something. Let's take an example. Kumar is AWS guy. Okay, this is from Kelly Technologies. Hey, how are you, team? I'm just adding some content here. See, sir, I'm adding this content. Control A, Control C. This is file.1. I'll click on save. That's fine. What I will do, I'll right click on this one and I'll create two. Okay. I'm adding the same content. See here, sir. I'm adding the same content here. Same content. I click on save. Right? Both the content are same. Yes or no, guys? Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. But let's take an example. Let's take an example. I'll be a little bit more for your example. I will take it. I'll go and add other content also. So that control A, control C. I'm adding lot of data here, sir. So this one is there. File number two. Save. Content number two is 4 GB. I'm just going and pasting the same content. Same. So same to same are there. Now, if you want to check it out, so file number one and file number two are same to same. How do I know it's same or different? How do I know? So go back to basically a website or algorithm called as online. You have it, but generally people will use it in code. MD5 check some online. Lot of MD5 checksum algorithms are there, but I can generate MD5 checksum. Or let's see. So I think there is one very beautiful MD5 checksum calculator. Okay. See here, sir. Array yaar. Very good one is there. Which one is there? Get MD5 checksum. Online get MD5 checksum was there. Okay. No. Let me use the first one only. So a lot of people are using. Okay. Let's use the first one. What is there in that? So you see what is MD5 checksum? Uh, Idiots. I think this one first. Yeah, this is the one. See here, sir. Drop a file. I want to algorithm MD5 checksum. I'll click on it. I take an example of Okay, where is my file? See, MD5 checksum. I'm just selecting the first one. I select the first one. It generated one number. See here, sir. It has generated one hash. That is, if you see copy, let's paste it here. So for the file number one, it has generated this file. Let us look for the file number two. And I will do some changes also in file number two in front of you. So file number two, if you see, file number two is also, if you see, what is the number of file number two? Same, same file is there. But now what I will do, see sir, what I will do, I will go to the file number two and nothing I will do it, sir. Only smallest change. What I will do, there is Kelly Technologies, right? Here I am going to add a dot or a space. That's it. See, I added a space here. If you see here, right, I added a space here. That's it. And I click on save. Now you will have a question. If this one are same or not. That is the beauty of MD5 checksum. You will go and click on it. Now you see, I'll click on it, double click on it. Now you see this here. What happened? Is it same or different? Is it same or different?
Different.
This is the power of MD5 checksum or hash because you cannot use that old ways or that's a very very bad way where you come up and say this is the file size, that is the file size, same or not. No, it cannot be guaranteed like both the content are same or not. So the only way to go and figure out whether the content is same or not is nothing but MD5 checksum, and people use that MD5 checksum. So what is happening in AWS world, sir? What is happening in AWS world? Very simple. So it's none of your business what AWS is doing. Okay, you are present here. You have your own laptop. From laptop, there is a file. You drag and drop to what is that? You are dragging and dropping a file into AWS S3. Whenever the file is uploaded here, AWS is providing some running some MD5 checksum algorithm and he is generating one ID for it. This is called as E tag. Hope you got it. So if you see here, I don't do anything. AWS S3. AWS S3 is given one number here. Slightest change you do it, then content will change. This ID will change. Got it, sir? Is it clear?
Kumar. Yeah, Kumar.
Yes, sir.
If it is two file keys are same, suppose MDF checksum algorithm, they found the
Uh,
keys are same.
the
So
key,
they
what
will,
keys are same? What keys are there? This number,
yeah,
the number are
E
same.
tag,
That means the both the files are same.
same. Yeah, E tag is same. That means that it in the S3 they will store twice, or otherwise it will store only
We
once.
no, that we will talk about later part of what when we talk about versioning concepts and everything. Okay, how the versioning is enabled, what will happen, that is different. But hope you understood how do you do a file difference. AWS will clearly come up and say, hey, this particular file, this is an MD5 number. Tomorrow you are downloaded a file in your laptop, and again you are downloading the file from AWS S3, the same file or it's a different file. How do you know? You have this number, do an MD5 checksum which is present in your laptop. Both the files are same, there is no need to download. That's it.
No, okay. Listen, I mean, while storing into S3, I'm saying while storing into the S3,
Hmm.
suppose my even I am doing the same file storing at the my account level, and that means AWS account level, and some X also doing the same thing. That
Hmm.
time, since it's both
That's
the
the reason. Wait for it. Wait for it. Both the files will be stored. Wait for it. You have a concept called as versioning. I'll talk about it. Otherwise, it will override. We'll talk about all those things which are present in bucket properties. I am in object properties.
okay,
Okay. So hope you understood all these things. Like you have a owner, URI, region, ARN. E tag, object URL, size, type, and key. Clear, guys? Is it clear, guys? Everyone?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yes, Kumar.
So if it is, yeah, if that is clear, so I'll go to another one. Please write it down. Please write it down. That is, you already know that is there are something available. Write it down. Tags feature. Tags, you know it, right? You can go and add create tags. This bucket belongs to Tata company. This file is a test file or a production file. What are the tags you want to go and add it? You can add all those tags. Tags will help you in proper filtering. Okay, so that is there. And then you have a metadata. Please write it down. What is metadata? S3 metadata. What is S3 metadata? What is it? What is S3 metadata? Anyone? What is S3 metadata, boss? Sorry, what is EC2 metadata?
Properties, sir.
Yeah, what properties?
System properties.
No, internal properties. Please study. You guys are not studying, sir. EC2 metadata. A metadata link, you go and click on it. EC2 has a EC2 metadata. You click on it, it will provide you the metadata information about EC2 instance. Means what? It will provide you the information about EC2 internal properties. You remember that? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir. Yes,
Very,
sir.
very, very important. Like that, we have something called as S3 metadata. You don't do anything with S3 metadata. You don't do anything with S3 metadata. Can you please mute your systems? Can you please mute your systems? You don't do anything with S3 metadata. S3 metadata is nothing but internal properties of S3. Like for your example, those things are taken care of. S3 metadata is divided into two types. And you don't worry, sir. One is automatically data is added. We call this one as system defined metadata. And another one is custom defined. Example, Example, Satish has added a file called as 1.txt, right? Now, what is this file? TXT means what actually? It is a text file, right? Automatically, it will automatically come up and say, type of this file is nothing but a text file. Automatically, it will go and store it. Key value kind of a storage, it will go and store it. Satish is going and storing one file called as 2.txt, and inside this txt you have lot of Chinese words, right? It will come up and say, boss, content language is Chinese. It will automatically add. There is no great deal with system data. And tomorrow you want to add something like a tags, key tags, that is called as custom defined. If you see here, right, I did not do anything. If you see here, automatically whenever I added a file, I added one image file. If you see the file name is hari.jpg file. In AWS S3 I added. If I look at the properties and if I go into the property of metadata, it clearly mentioned metadata system defined content type is equal to image file. It's an image file. It automatically adds. Tomorrow I'll add some expiry of this file. It will automatically come up and say expiry of this file is equal to this day. Metadata, internal information about S3. This is called as metadata. Is it clear, guys? Not much significant. You can edit it. You have certain metadatas which are available in AWS S3 by default. System defined, like these are the properties: cache control, content deposition, content language, expiry. These are things. So I want to add my own metadata. You can add your own metadata. That is custom metadata. Not very great, very widely used. Just take an example. It can act like a filter. That's it. Okay. So that is called as metadata, S3 metadata. Okay, S3 metadata tags, metadata, okay. There is one thing which I would like to start. This is a cloud storage class which I'll start tomorrow, which will take 25 minutes to go for it. But please write it down. There are some hidden things which are there. Please, let's go for it. And all these things are important. The first one, the first one, write it down. There is another hidden properties in AWS S3. S3 signed URL. What is this signed URL and where it will be used? I'll take a very laughable example, okay, which will help you to understand what is signed URL. So, my friend is there, sir. My friend is there. He is storing his file in S3. What is the file name of this S3? What is the file name? The file name of this AWS S3 is nothing but sap.exe file is there. Okay, they store S3 file in SAP in one bucket he has stored. I am present in Hyderabad. So I am present in Hyderabad. I requested my friend, this is my friend, this is I requested, Array, please provide the URL of that SAP, which is the latest version. SAP latest version is there. Array, I also want to learn SAP, man. Can you please give me the latest version of SAP? My friend will come up and say, okay, let's see here, sir. What is the biggest problem? When you added a file in AWS S3, S3 will provide you S3 URL. He will take this URL and share it with me. Very good. Okay. My friend is also having one director. Director is asking, what is this SAP link? Can you share it to me? He will take this link and share it to me and share it to the director. And what is the requirement of a director? Director is saying, I am going to United States defense companies. There, they will not allow CD or a hard disk or anything to download any software from them. Everything should be you should provide a URL. This URL is also URL, and they will come up and say, for next to 14 days, I don't have any emails to go and check it out because I'm in a defense sector company. Make sure this URL is working. Anytime I will download the file, install SAP, and I can guide them how the systems are working, all the things. Very good. So what happened? Okay, what happened? You created, you have this S3 link, which you share it to me, which you have this S3 link, which you tear it to the director. Happy. Very good. Happy. Now the biggest problem is I'm the big I'm the big culprit. What I'm doing, I'm blackmailing my friend. I am blackmailing my friend. What is that? I will take this URL and paste it in a public portal where everyone can download SAP latest version, official one. Now the problem here is if you remove the permissions, if you delete the file from S3 file, this URL will not work. Even my director also cannot access that file. If we don't do that one, this file is copied across all the world. What should I do right now? Are you able to understand, right? What is the biggest problem? Now my friend is in turmoil. What is happening? If we don't remove the permission of that particular file, the file is copied by everyone in the world. If he removes the permissions, my director cannot access the file. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Online people, how do I fix this problem? How do I fix this problem? Welcome to S3 signed URL. Sir, in your real life, in real time, you have S3 file. So you have an S3 files. There is an S3 file in S3 and S3 has a S3 URL. This URL, you will not share it in real life to anyone. Direct URL, you will never share this direct URL to anyone. What you will do, sir, what you will do, okay? So you should never ever share this URL to anyone. Direct. Instead, what you do, you can create something called as S3 signed URL. Sir, what is this S3 signed URL? You can create an alternate URL of S3. S3, sir. What is the difference between this URL and this URL, sir? You can create another URL of S3 to access. And for that URL, you can set expiry. This file will expire after 5 minutes. So you pasted the link, right? The URL, you pasted the link, and I can generate one link that will expire in 2 minutes, and I can create another link and I can say expire after 15 days. This link I can provide it to my director. This link will be provided to me. Within 1 minute, I have to download. Next to 2 minutes, the file will not be eligible to download. Now I will blackmail my friend. I'll copy this URL and paste it anywhere in the world. Paste it. After 2 minutes, what will happen? The URL will expire. That is the beauty of S3 signed URL. In real time, you should not use the direct link. You should use signed URL. Is it clear, guys? How do you go and create a signed URL? How do you go? What do you go? We'll go and show it everything in practically. But as an example, you have an option where you can go and create a signed URL, and there is an option here. If you see here, right? I don't know how many people know. So there is this one. See here, signed, share with the signed pre-signed URL. You click on it and you can mention the file should expire in 1 minute. You click on OK. Now people can access this file, and this is the URL. This is the URL. See here, it will expire after 1 minute. Are you able to understand? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
This is called as signed URL, one of the property. So I'll stop it right now. So tomorrow's topic, I have 4 more topics. Multi-part upload, lot of topics are there. Multi-part upload is there. Multi-part upload is there. I'll explain you. S3 consistency is there, and you have storage classes and pricing of S3. These 4 are pendings to complete S3 object properties. So I need some 40 minutes to go and complete tomorrow. Tomorrow S3 objects will complete. I need 3 days of time to complete S3 bucket properties. Is it clear, guys? I'll sign off right now. Okay? Okay, guys, I'll sign off right now. Thank you.
Sir,
Thank you.
tomorrow we will have online class as well.
Tomorrow, I think I'll have an online class, sir. If I feel very good, so I don't want to spread my virus to everyone, sir. I have viral. Tomorrow also, if I'm feeling like viral is still present, I'll take online.
Okay, sir.
Only these 2 things. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.